What we're going to do now is since I've already mentioned that the chip shot is the most likely to be chosen shot. I mean, if you can't putt, what you should be doing is chipping. So the important thing is to learn how to chip properly, okay? All right, so first let me show you how typically you're supposed to chip. Okay, first of all, on a normal shot, this is a sand wedge I have in my hand. On a normal shot, I'm going to put that sand wedge probably somewhere in the middle of my stance for a normal swing, and then I'm just going to take a regular golf swing, okay? Now, when I stand up there like that, because it's a regular golf swing, I'm going to have my weight kind of balanced, a little bit left of center, but not much. Probably like 60-40 left of center, okay? Well, when you're chipping, what you do is you kind of take a step forward, because you take your club and take your initial position, your original position, and then you move your right foot, if you're all right-handers, correct? Okay. I like to say back foot, because sometimes you're going to be working with left-handers, okay? Front foot meaning the foot toward the hole, back foot meaning the foot away from the hole, okay? So if you want to call it back foot, or if everybody's a right-hander, their right foot, you're going to put the club even with their right foot. Now notice what that does to the golf club when you do that. Now put your hands ahead of it, okay? And that's what you want when you're chipping, because what you're going to do in a chip shot is you're just going to take a short stroke, almost like a putt, and you're just going to swing back and through, and that's it. You see how quiet my wrist is? There's no break in the wrist at all. Sometimes if you're really trying to hit a long, low chip, you can break your wrist this way, but after impact, it shouldn't break. And your follow through is out like that, okay? You don't follow through like this. That's a pitch shot, okay? This is a chip shot. We're just trying to hit the ball properly. Let me get a couple balls here and I'll show you the way the ball should be going out. Now, the thing that's really cool about this, oh, by the way, I like to stand a little open. That's preference. That's the way I stand. You can stand like this. If you feel much more comfortable like this, there's nothing wrong with that. This is one of those shots where you get to pick your own poison. You can decide how you want to stand. I kind of like to stand this way because I can see the target better. And if that works for you, great. If it doesn't, that's fine. But here's what's going to happen. Okay, I'm going to take it back, oh, maybe about there, and then I'm going to take it through to about there. That's it. Okay? Now, that's my shot. That's the whole swing on this shot. Now, what if I got a sand wedge in my hand? So where am I going to use that? I'm going to use that in some place where I don't want it to go real far. Well, what if I wanted to hit a chip shot and make it go farther? Do I take a bigger swing? No, we make it real simple. We take a lower lofted club. The advantage to that is you only have to learn one swing. You just repeat the same swing over and over and over again, and just change clubs to hit it either higher and shorter or lower and farther, okay? And so what's going to happen is you're going to nip the turf just a little bit. I tell kids that if they go home and they work on this in their backyard, they can nip the turf just like that. And if they can learn to just nip the turf just like that, they're not going to mess up mama's backyard. But then what happens when you put a golf ball right where I've been nipping the turf? You hit a chip shot like it's supposed to be hit. Okay? So it's something that you can practice in your backyard. This is one of the, the more you practice it, the better you get at it. Okay? Now this is a sand wedge. So what am I going to do on this sand wedge? I'm going to probably hit it to a hole like that, because it's not going very far. Okay? Trying to get it to roll out just a little ways. Greens are a little slow today because of all the rain, but you're trying to hit something that is not going to go too far, and I hit it fat. All right, let me try if you got a 7-iron. Okay, a 7-iron is going to go a little different. A 7-iron or an 8-iron is what I'd use to go to that one up there. Okay, all you're going to do is play it off your back foot. Keep your hands forward. See if I can keep from hitting it fat. That's a properly hit chip shot. I hit it too far. So what that might tell me is if I practiced this and did it the right way several times, I might decide, I may need to use an 8-iron instead. not a 7-iron or a 9-iron or something like that. Now, what's this extension in here for? Now, these are all regular golf clubs. These extensions can be removed. Okay, these are regular golf clubs just like all the others. Just have a hole in the end of the grip. What those are to do is to remind you, in case you forget, you're not supposed to break your wrists. Okay, remember, this shot is like this. Real quiet hands, not a lot of wrist break. And if you're doing it right, you notice the extension never hits your side. The extension never going to hit your side. Okay, if it starts to hit your side, like Lou was telling us earlier, you're releasing your wrists. Now, how will you know that when you see the outcome of your shot? The way you're going to know that is if you find yourself leaving it short all the time, like those. I release my wrists. Not a lot, but just enough. You release your wrists in this shot, and what happens is you put a tiny bit of backspin on it. And that tiny bit of backspin will make the ball stop short, okay? If you're hitting this properly and not releasing your wrists, like I did on that last one over there, the ball's going to come out with top spin. And it's going to land just on the edge of the green and roll out. When you and your players arrive at the green or at the golf course before a tournament, the main reason to chip and putt some before play is to get accustomed to the speed of the greens. Some greens will be hard and some soft, some fast and some slow. The better your players prepare for that, the better their scores.